All right, the Mangrove Cove is done. It's our custom enclosure for our mangrove monitors. It's 5 feet tall, 4 feet wide, 3.5 feet deep, roughly, maybe a little more than that. It's got a foot of substrate, sand, soil, with a layer of cypress on top. We made it out of plyboard and scrap boards we had. It's mostly screen because down here in the reptile house, it doesn't really ever drop below 70% humidity, and it stays about 80 degrees in here, so it's perfect for them. At night, it'll spike to over 80% humidity. The whole thing is sealed. I used Sherwin-Williams 3569 epoxy. I epoxied all the interior walls, and the bottom actually poured about an inch layer thick of the epoxy, so this wood will not rot. We used outdoor paint for the green after I sealed the wood, so it should hold up pretty nicely. And the whole outside of the cage is painted with dry lock mixed with cement dye or concrete dye. We have 2 different basking sites with multiple halogens. They're 35 watts and LED grow lights in here. All that wiring comes through the top. That's Arrow, or Solomon Island boa. Since these guys are Solomon, we decided to put him up here. See all the wiring? All the wiring, the halogens are daisy chained, and they're all been soldered and shrink wrapped for connections for safety purposes and just a strong connection. I have a fogger hooked up just in case we need it, but we have it laying around. Probably won't, but it's just there in case I want to use it. Everything's hooked up to a timer power strip. And here we go. This is the upper basking platform, dry locked shelf, and you can see the lights underneath it. We're gonna do a tour now. Got a lot of stuff added to this. We don't have locks and handles yet, but these lock. We can put actual physical locks in these, and they're nice little locks. Open it up. There's the pond feature with a basic one of those air filters that run, 2-stage filter, runs off of an air pump. I don't know how well it'll work, but we're gonna try it out. Got an assortment of live plants there. We got a grass plant. Then our big palm tree we stuffed in here. With an elephant ear right here. And we took these coconut baskets like you put in the hanging baskets. We took the inserts and made little hammock type hides. On their old cage we had it across the wall, just a sheet, and they all got tucked behind it. So we bought some of these and added them there. You got this one, you got this one. Also in the back, as you can see, you got all these sticks mounted to the walls. Corrugated pipe over there with holes in it. Just a permanent hide they can get into. There's a smaller one for Snapple. He's our smaller mangrove. We're hoping he's a male. And up here, it's hard to see with all the stuff in the way. But see if we can get a shot of it. There it is. There's Dapples. That's about a 2-foot piece of corrugated pipe as a hide. So, and as you can see here, we got another hanging Paphos. We got all these branches. Majority of them are secured with wood screws sunk into anchor points. As you can see, that's the main platform. And if I can get it, here's the secondary one that's off of this branch down here. You can see here. So they have multiple basking, multiple hides, so I don't have to share. And as you can see, just all, that's a goodness. And we also have labels on all of our tanks. So, focus. There's Dapple's tag, so we can just scan it. It goes right to our app for our care purposes and all that. Husbandry Pro as well. The app we use is very good. So now you can come down here, scan real quick, and do any type of updates you want to add to it. This is the other side. Get you a shot from here. Again, you can see that basking site. This basking site's about 120, 130. Some spots could be 40. Right now, I just have one lamp in there for basking. I just threw an extra LED in because the other one burned out. But again, you don't need a lot of basking for these guys. The other one is a little hotter, but also a bigger animal can fit over there. So, and like I said, fully screened on the sides, except for the back walls. Go up here, screened. All the screen is hooked in with high quality staples from an air staple gun, so they can't pull this screen out. And as you can see on these walls, we sandwiched the screen in too, so they're not going to be able to mess with it. That's it. This is the Mangrove Cove. This is their permanent enclosure. Hopefully we have a male and female, and in the future it is deep enough and good enough for her to lay eggs, but that's why we also didn't go completely screened, because on these far sides we'll be able to cut a door into them and add a lay box. So if we have to in the future, but we're still a ways away from figuring that out. They seem to enjoy it. We just moved them in today. They were out and about. Being these guys are a little more skittish than, say, your African, like your Savannahs or Blackthroats, even your Asian water monitors. They're a little more skittish. Even when Dapple, she's about 2 feet. She's pretty big size. She's still a little skittish. So being down here in the reptile room, it's a lot quieter instead of being upstairs with us. So. And yes, at the top, like I said, I'm just guessing that most of these guys are caught from the wild in the Solomon Islands. And since we have Arrow, the Solomon Island boa, he's up here with them. We'll be doing an updated care video on them. We finally got him to eat pinky African sulfurs. What? Twice. He's eaten 2 live African sulfur pinkies after months of not eating from the owner we got it from, and then months of us. We actually had to force feed legs of it, so we'll be updating a care video, and then we got him about perfectly dialed in, so we'll be updating you. But this is Mangrove Cove / Solomon Island Cove. But yeah, well, stay tuned, and we'll have plenty of updates on Eyelicker Gecko of the progress of Eyelicker Gecko and exotics. We'll have plenty of progress on the mangroves as things progress.